Before you start washing and cleaning all of your leaves, you want to go ahead and make your Pholourie batter, or the dal mixture that's going to be pasted on top of the leaves. Now, this is the same exact recipe that I have on my channel, so I'll have this recipe linked right up here in the right hand corner, and I'll have it in the description box down below. The only difference between that recipe and this one is that it has the addition of a little bit of ground jeera or ground cumin. That is totally optional, that's just Aunty Chandra's touch, but if you would like it, go ahead and add it. Alright guys, so the first step when making your Saheena is to start washing your Dasheen bush. It's another type of bhaji, another type of spinach that we would use to cook with. It's widely used in Trinidadian cooking, so for Saheena this is what's usually used. If you cannot find this, you can try to use this with kale or any very thick type of spinach and see how that'll work out for you. So what we're going to do is just strip the stems off because we just want the leaves for this dish, and we're going to go ahead and wash it really well. When washing your Dasheen bush, what you want to do is go ahead and snip those stems off of the actual leaf, and you want to leave the leaves aside before you begin to start washing them. Once you snip all of the stems off of your Dasheen bush, what you want to go ahead and do is just rinse each leaf individually just to get any sand or grit off of the leaf or any dirt. And once you do that, we're going to move on to making our Saheena. Once you finish washing all of your leaves individually, you want to go on with a paper towel and dab them dry. The reason being is because when you paste that dal mixture on it, if they're still wet, the dal mixture will not stick properly. Also, any wet leaves will splatter a lot in the oil and it's pretty dangerous, so you want to be careful of that. Also, a little tip as you're drying off all of the leaves, you want to size them up and put them together based on their size. The reason being is because you want to have an easier time as you're layering them, so this way the leaves can fit easier together. Once you finish washing and drying all of your leaves, you want to start with the biggest leaves and you want to go ahead and layer it. Now the way that you layer the leaves is that you want to get like a rectangle shape, so this way when you go to roll up the Saheena, you'll get a nice tight roll and none of it will fall apart. That's why Aunty Chandra recommends that you go ahead and you start with the biggest leaves, so this way you can get a nice rectangular-ish shape out of it. So we're going to continue laying all of the leaves on top of each other. And once you get a layer of leaves, you want to go and paste it with your dal. Once you paste a layer of that dal mixture down on those Dasheen leaves, what you want to do is start rolling it really tight. And as you roll it, you want to smear a little bit of that Pholourie mixture onto the leaves. And you want to make sure to wrap it as tight as possible so this way the roll doesn't fall apart when it goes in the oil to fry. Once you're done making one log, you're going to end up putting that log in between these next set of layered leaves with the dal, and then you're going to roll that up to make an even bigger log. This totally depends on how thick or thin you want your Saheena, so you can go ahead and gauge this to your preference, but we like it pretty thick on the edges. Once you finish rolling your logs, you want to go ahead and take a really sharp knife and cut your Saheena. Remember, you can cut them as thick or as thin as you would like. While you're cutting your Saheena, you want to have some vegetable or canola oil heating up on a medium-high heat. And once it comes up to temperature, you can start adding in your Saheena pieces. Every slice that you make, you want to paste each side of the slice with some of that extra dal or Pholourie mixture, so this way it won't loose out or fall in the oil. So we're going to start adding them in one by one. And you want to make sure you get that nice sizzle as soon as it goes into the oil. You don't want it to be too hot or too cold. After about 2 to 3 minutes of frying in that hot oil, you can start to remove your Saheenas once they're nice and golden brown, as you can see here. Alright guys, I have one of the finished Saheenas here that just came out of the oil. It's nice and warm still, and I'm going to dig in and go ahead and give it a try now. That Saheena is so good, guys. It's really crispy, really moist on the inside from that dal, and I hope you guys go ahead and give this recipe a try. Remember, I said this is Aunty Chandra's version of the recipe, so I hope you guys try it. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Give it a big thumbs up and leave your comments down below. I'll see you guys again in another one of my awesome recipes. Bye guys.